When I came home that evening, the driveway was full. That should have been my first warning. My mom's car was parked crooked like she'd rushed in. My brother's truck was backed in aggressively, the way he always did when he was angry. Even my sister's car was there, music still faintly playing inside. I remember sitting in my own car for a full minute, engine running, staring at the front door like it might explain itself if I waited long enough. I was 28 years old, living in my mother's basement. Not because I was lazy, not because I didn't try, but because life had a way of breaking me quietly. One bill, one rejection, one "we'll call you back" at a time. I grabbed my bag, stepped out of the car, and that's when I saw it. Black trash bags. Mine, ripped open. My clothes spilling onto the driveway like evidence. Shoes I'd bought with my first paycheck. Old notebooks. My laptop bag. Framed photos cracked where they'd been tossed without care. I froze. Before I could even process it, the front door flew open. My mom stood there, phone in her hand, camera pointed straight at me. "Look who finally decided to show up," she said loudly. Behind her, my siblings crowded the doorway like an audience waiting for entertainment. Then I noticed the small red icon on her screen. Liv. She was live streaming. "To everyone watching," my mom announced, "this is what happens when you let a grown adult live off you like a parasite." My chest tightened. "Mum," I said quietly, "what is this?" She laughed. Not nervously, not apologetically. A sharp, satisfied laugh. "You're 28, she snapped. "Still living in my basement. No real job. No future. I'm done." My brother picked up one of the trash bags and kicked it toward me. "Finally," he said, grinning at the camera. "The family loser is gone." The comments were already rolling in. I could see them reflected in her screen. "About time. Kick her out. Lazy people deserve this." My sister leaned over my mom's shoulder and waved at the camera. "Say hi, everyone," she said. "This is what failure looks like." I wanted to scream. Instead, I felt something else. Numb. I tried to speak, but my mom talked over me. "We gave her chances," she told the live stream. "We supported her." And what did she do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. That wasn't true. I'd worked 2 jobs until burnout put me in the hospital. I'd paid rent when I could. I'd cooked, cleaned, watched their kids, fixed things my brother broke. But none of that fit the story she was telling. "So tonight," my mom continued, raising her voice, "she's leaving. And she's not coming back." My brother grabbed another bag and dumped it fully onto the driveway. My notebook scattered. Pages filled with notes, numbers, plans, things I never shared with them. "Oops," he said. "Hope that wasn't important." I looked at my mom one last time. She was smiling while humiliating her own daughter in front of strangers. I said nothing. I picked up what I could carry, threw it into my car without organizing it. Didn't argue, didn't beg. That seemed to confuse them. "Aren't you going to say something?" my sister asked. I shook my head. I got in my car and drove away. No destination, no plan, just away. That night, I slept in my car in a grocery store parking lot. My phone buzzed non-stop, not with concern, but with screenshots. People were clipping the live stream, posting it, laughing. By morning, the video had thousands of views. "Basement parasite exposed," one caption read. I turned my phone face down and stared at the ceiling of my car. That was the night something inside me hardened. Not anger. Resolve. Because what my family didn't know, what they couldn't possibly know, was that the basement they mocked me for living in had been my hiding place. Where I worked when everyone thought I was sleeping. Where I built something quietly, carefully, without telling a soul. Something fragile. Something valuable. Something they had just forced me to protect. I didn't go back. I didn't call. I disappeared. 6 months passed. 6 months of rebuilding myself from nothing. 6 months of silence. 6 months were the same. People who laughed on that live stream never once checked if I was alive. Until one morning, my phone exploded. 70 messages. Missed calls. Voicemails. My brother first. Where are you? My sister next. Please call me back. Then my mom. Over and over. Answer the phone. Please, we need to talk. I stared at the screen and smiled for the first time in months. I didn't answer immediately. I let the phone ring. Let the messages pile up. Let the silence do what my words never could. Because 6 months earlier, when I was sleeping in my car with everything I owned stuffed into trash bags, no one had worried where I was. No one had called. No one had apologized. Now suddenly they needed me. I checked the timestamps. My mom had started calling at 6:12 a.m. By 6:40, she was leaving voicemails. Her voice was different. Not sharp. Not loud. Panicked. Please, she whispered in one message. We didn't know. We didn't understand. Just call me back. I finally answered at noon. Hello? She started crying instantly. Thank God, she sobbed. Where have you been? We were so worried. I almost laughed. Why? I asked calmly. You wanted me gone. Remember? Silence. Then my brother's voice cut in on speakerphone. Look, let's not do this, he said. Things just got complicated. That word again. Complicated. Complicated how? I asked. Another pause. My sister spoke next, her voice shaking. The live stream. It didn't go how we thought. That got my attention. What do you mean? She swallowed. People found it, really found it. Employers, neighbors, the landlord, even Dad's old friends. I leaned back in my chair, because while they were busy humiliating me online, the internet had done what it always does. It investigated. Someone clipped the video and reposted it with a different caption. Mother publicly abuses daughter on livestream. Another titled it, Family bullies woman for being poor then regrets it. And then someone dug deeper. They found my LinkedIn, my old work history, my medical leave records. They saw the gaps my family mocked, and the reasons behind them. The comments flipped. Fast. This is disgusting. Why is she filming this? That daughter deserves better. I hope the girl is okay. Sponsors pulled out of my sister's influencer deals. My brother's workplace got flooded with complaints. My mom's church asked her not to return until things cooled down. But that wasn't the real problem. The real problem was what I'd been building in that basement. The reason I stayed quiet. The reason I took the humiliation and walked away. Because while my family saw me as a failure, an investor saw potential. The notebooks my brother dumped onto the driveway. They weren't journals. They were business plans. The late nights they mocked. I was coding, testing, pitching quietly online under a neutral name. 2 months after I left, a small startup incubator offered me funding. 3 months later, a larger firm noticed. By month 5, I had signed a deal that changed everything. Not millions. Not yet. But enough. Enough to rent a place. Enough to breathe. Enough to never beg again. My mom's voice broke through my thoughts. They're calling us monsters, she cried. Your brother might lose his job. Your sister's sponsors dropped her. Please, please come talk to us. We can fix this. I closed my eyes. Fix what? I asked. Your image? Or what you did? Another silence. That told me everything. I didn't call to fight. my brother said quickly. We just need you to explain. To tell people it was a misunderstanding. I smiled. A misunderstanding? I repeated. You kicked my belongings into the trash while laughing. On Livestream. We were emotional, my sister said weakly. So was I replied. And no one cared. My mom sniffed. What do you want? There it was. Not how can we make this right? Not we're sorry. What do you want? I want nothing, I said calmly. I just wanted you to hear my voice one last time. What do you mean? My mom asked. I'm not coming back, I said. Not to explain. Not to forgive. Not to save you. My brother cursed under his breath. You're being petty, he snapped. You think you're better than us now? No, I said gently. I think I'm free. I hung up, blocked their numbers, and watched the fallout from a distance. The live stream video was eventually removed too late. Screenshots live forever. 6 weeks later, I received an email. An acquisition offer. The same project I'd built in silence, the one no one believed in, was being bought. Enough money to secure my future. Enough to never rely on people who saw love as leverage. I didn't post about it. Didn't announce it. Didn't tag anyone. But somehow my family found out. They always do. A mutual relative messaged me. They know, she wrote. They're telling people they always supported you. I laughed out loud. That was the final lie. I didn't expose them. Didn't retaliate. Didn't livestream my success. I just lived. And sometimes, late at night, I think back to that driveway. Trash bags. A phone camera. A smile that thought it had won. They threw me out thinking I was nothing. What they never understood is that sometimes rock bottom is the quietest place to build something unbreakable.